Never underestimate this nanowire because it can penetrate any object in the world. Once the wires are aligned parallel on the surface of a river, they can even slice through a ship. Previously, experts tried everything to retrieve a hard drive from an enemy warship intact, but nothing worked. For example, ball lightning and nerve gas would only work in a small area, so the rest of the crew would still have time to destroy the hard drives. Using missiles can kill all the crew in seconds, but it also destroys the hard disk. When the military experts were at their wits' end, Prof. Jack proposed the idea of using nanowires to cut the entire ship. This idea was met with unanimous approval from all the experts. The only problem is that the number of nanowires is very limited. After Professor Jack's calculations, the distance between the wires can only be set at 50 centimeters. In that case, they have to do it in the daytime, because at night, people will lie down and sleep. Only during the day, whether the crew is walking or crouching, their height would be more than 50 centimeters. To avoid harming other ships, the weapon was hidden underwater until the arrival of enemy warships, and Professor Jack sat in front of the surveillance equipment, nervously waiting for the target to appear. When the last small boat passed,
raise the zither.
The ultimate weapon slowly rose from the water. At this time, the seemingly empty water, in fact, has been set up a death piano, quietly waiting for the enemy ship slowly approaching. It was a massive vessel, converted from an old cruise ship, making it particularly conspicuous on the narrow canal. On the top of the boat, the captain was cautiously watching the water, but from both radar and the naked eye, the water ahead is clear. The driver calmly chewed gum, unaware that death was silently approaching. 2 minutes later, the ship officially entered the death zone. Everything seemed calm, like nothing was wrong, but in reality, the front of the ship had already been sliced into 50-centimeter segments by the nanowires. As the enemy ship advances step by step, the hull begins to emit sparks and noises. Just then, the crew on deck felt a pang of unease, but they couldn't see the nanowires no matter how they looked. Even as they watched the life preservers being cut off, they didn't realize the danger was upon them.